Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Thermador, an American icon that rises above all others for those who insist on true cooking performance.
Chris, you have shown us the all-important step of skipping the dipping your lobster and just cooking it right in the butter.
Butter's almost done here. It's looking great. We've got our steaks cooked off. We're gonna let them rest for a minute or two.
I never do that. Is that important?
It helps the meat to have a great juiciness and to be cooked all the way through, or cooked to your desired temperature. It's important to let it rest for a couple minutes because the heat's very hot here, so it just has a chance to relax a little bit over there.
And it does retain the juices when you do that?
It definitely does.
Okay.
Makes a big difference.
Okay.
So now while we're letting that happen, we have some nice asparagus here.
The veggies are nice and all. I mean, I do love asparagus, but surf and turf, oh, it's one of my favorite.
It's going to be great with this asparagus here too. So we have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, sprinkle of salt and pepper.
How do you like this Thermador kitchen? Was it fun to cook on that griddle?
Oh, it works great.
Yeah. We're at Builder Source Appliance Gallery in Albuquerque, and Chris has graciously driven all the way down from Durango, from Cosmopolitan, to make this recipe for us, which can be found on southwestrestaurants.com. And this is one that people can make at home pretty easily.
Definitely.
The lobster can get tricky, and I wanted to ask you about selecting lobster. Is there a trick to that when you're in your market, your local store?
Well, I prefer a Maine lobster tail over an Australian or a warm water lobster tail. I just think they have a lot more flavor. And you can get some great lobster tail products these days right at your regular supermarket that are fantastic. And you know, a lot of times if they are frozen, they'll freeze them right on the boat, so you're not going to lose a lot of quality or flavor with that. You just need to thaw them gently in your fridge, maybe the night before you're going to eat them, and they come out pretty good.
And you just go for the tail? You don't mess around with the claws?
Yes,
and the tamale,
those are great, but you know, it's sometimes a little easier just to have the tail and get right into that part.
Great. And I know lobster's not on your kids' menu, but you do have a fantastic kids' menu. Do your kids eat lobster?
Oh, they love lobster.
Mine do too. Anything you can dip in butter, right?
That always helps.
Chicken in butter, steak in butter, anything you can dip in butter is
Our kids' menu is great. You know, we tried to create a kids' menu that, you know, things that I would enjoy eating, and it's many of the same things that we have on our regular menu, just at a smaller portion, and with the choice of some sides.
Which is a nice surprise because your restaurant has such quality, you know, interesting recipes, and you don't always find a great kids menu when you find a recipe in a restaurant, you know, or when you find a restaurant that has those kinds of meals that your kids will also enjoy. So that's a fun thing I really enjoy about Cosmopolitan. So you're just grilling them, just getting a little...
nice little grilled flavor on here. The asparagus is going to cook nice and quickly. It's nice and delicate, small spears. That's looking really good right there. And maybe we can go over here and start our plating. I'm going to slice one of our steaks, get it ready for the plate. Just one slice in half here.
Do you always slice at an angle?
Yes.
Oh,
like
beautiful.
To show off that color inside there. And we have some mashed potatoes that I made just a little bit ago using some Colorado Yukon Gold potatoes. Yukon Gold potatoes have a fantastic creamy buttery flavor and this great golden color. We started out with some butter and a little bit of heavy cream, just a pinch of sour cream in there as well to add some flavor, salt and pepper.
And those potatoes, they're one of the local ingredients you buy from local providers that
yes.
near your area.
Get some asparagus right on the plate there.
Oh, pretty. This is a treat. This is really a wonderful meal. Now, is this something a lot of people order when they come? They want to...
Oh, definitely. It's one of our most popular dishes, and you know, it's just a great Cosmo signature. This is a green peppercorn sauce with some brandy, shallots, garlic. The green peppercorn's going to go great with that steak, add a nice flavor to it.
And this recipe is also on Southwest Restaurants.com?
Yes, it certainly is.
And you can just use the green peppercorns and then you simmer the other ingredients along?
I certainly did.
Okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Here's that lobster tail looking fantastic.
So you said it curdles up like that, and that's how you know you're almost
You
done.
can tell that the shell's turned a little more red color, like you think about when you think of a lobster, and the meat's curling just a little bit, so that's looking real good there.
How pretty. And you released that tail from...
Yes. Got a little bit of our color there and flavor, and we got our tail. Gonna put that right on top of the asparagus, and I think we better get a little bit of butter right on that tail.
Oh, and don't forget the bread. I have an idea of what to do with your butter. This is some of the bread from the wonderful restaurant.
Good idea.
Can we break into this? Can we break bread together? All right.
Cut into a nice slice here. This is some fantastic bread that's made in-house by our pastry chef, Alex. This is an artisan-style bread, naturally leavened. We use some local Colorado, outside of Durango, Colorado, flour in this. It's got a great texture and crust, as you can see. We like to sprinkle just a little bit of salt on top of it.
You can see the grains of sea salt in there, and that's one of the things that gives it that just wonderful flavor.
Excellent. We like to put a little bit of basil on top of our lobster tail here, little fresh cut chives to accentuate our flavors.
So the basil on the lobster, the chives on the steak.
Exactly.
The butter.
Some of that butter.
On the bread.
Right in the lobster butter. That's a great idea.
Oh, don't tempt me. All right. Have you done this before?
Oh, of course.
So wrong, but it's so right.
It's always good to dip things in the butter that you're cooking.
Oh, absolutely. Here, we'll break bread. We'll share
Thank you.
Together. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
All that butter.
A little bit of lemon in with the butter and some nice lobster flavor.
I didn't expect that lemony flavor with the butter. That's fantastic. All right, should we share this?
Please.
Are you lobster man or steak man?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite dishes. I love these plates, so you can have them both right there, ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
This is how I like my meat cut. Cooked just a little pink.
I'll start it on this side. How about that?
Very, very good. Wow, Chris. What a treat.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta
So
get a
wonderful.
little asparagus with it.
Oh. I don't mean to be greedy, but we gotta go. We're gonna finish eating all of this. This is for us. Wow. There were other people that wanted to try this on the set, but I think I just have to take off this one. All right, thank you.
We love coming to Cosmo. Cosmo's just it's a nice place to come to. We actually drive an hour to get here. It's just a nice place to come if you're looking for something really good to eat.